Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, bit of a film with a difference today. So, I'm trying to think how to start this film best. So, I'm about to go out and do a road ride of 21 miles. It's very cold. I don't know if you can see, it's very cold. It is super windy, and I mean really windy. So what I want to do is, I'm actually planning to do a Zwift training session today in specific power zones, but I'm not going to do that because, let's just say, there's been some, I don't know how to say this politely, my power numbers and my performances over the last few weeks have been quite high compared to what's been previously available, but this can be accounted for a number of things. So first of all, I've got a lot of new technology, new power meter, new kicker, version 5 trainer machine for Zwift, and everything's fully calibrated. I'm super lightweight, so you know, I only weigh between 60, I can't always say 61 kilos, but depending on water retention, etc., the amount of food, I fluctuate anywhere between 61 to like 62.5 kilos, give or take, if we want to be very pernickety. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go for a ride on the road rather than a virtual ride, because the weather has been super shit where I live in Scotland. We've had a lot of snow, a lot of wind, a lot of ice, lockdown, which we're still in, but I can go within my area, my 1 day of exercise, so that's okay. So it's a 21-mile loop, as I've said, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to show you guys the speed, which I will go around. Now, speed is irrelevant, it's all about power, but what I want to show you is my heart rate, power and speed, along with the gradient and elevation. So like this ride of 21 miles, it's got like 1,500 feet of climbing, which in about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes, give or take the wind, you know, it's a reasonable amount of climbing. It's very undulating in that short distance. So, you know, it's short distance. For me, that's a short distance, but moderate. So at least an hour's worth of riding. And I'm going to be using my road bike. Alright, so we're going to see how this goes. I'm not going to film during the ride, but you'll see all my information, you'll see all my power numbers, you'll see everything on Strava, because if I'm filming when I'm riding, I'm not putting the effort in ultimately, or backing off. So we're going to see what the power numbers, the speed, all the data are at the end of this ride, and I'll share that with you guys, and you can let me know what you think. But ultimately, I don't always upload my training. Sometimes I just quite often delete my files straight after training and I take a note of it. Because, you know, if you're competing against people, you don't always want people to know what you're doing, even if it's friendly competition against friends. So, okay, let's see what's going to happen and I'll report back after the ride. Okay, so that is us back after the road training ride of exactly 21 miles. It's a bit dark in here, a bit dark in the garage. Now, very interesting day. I left, it was kind of sun, very, very windy, as I'd mentioned earlier. There was some sun, and then when I got into a small town, village, however you want to call it, town probably, probably within about 14 miles en route, snow. And it was snowing super heavy to the point I never took my glasses today, to the point I was like having to constantly blink, and yeah, chaos. So let's just check out the wind speed and the weather. So where I am, it is now actually 6 degrees, but it was 3 degrees before, and let's have a look. So there we go. Yep, so 28 km/h wind speed, 77% humidity, westerly wind, which I did feel because I had a headwind for, even though it was a loop, I felt like I had more of a headwind. So let's look at the data now. I'm going to have to clean, sorry, just going up my nose there. I'm going to have to really clean my bike because it is really dirty and shitty after that ride. Okay, so 13th of March 2021, 10:39, 1 hour 4 minutes 54 seconds, 21 miles, average speed 19.4, maximum 38, and as I said, 28 kilometer an hour westerly wind. Average power 240 watts, maximum power 635, normalized power 253, TSS not quite accurate, I don't think. So 20 seconds 401 watts, 5 second power 502 watts, 1 minute power 334, 5 minute power 277, 20 minute power 249, 30 minute power 247, 60 minute power 244. So quite consistent. I was giving it full gas. So climbing, exactly, I climbed 1,365 feet within 21 miles, so quite undulating. Never mind about the cadence. Average heart rate 163, maximum 173, calories 941. Pause time 13 seconds, which was at a set of traffic lights. So 19.4 miles an hour average speed, 28 kilometer an hour westerly wind, which you know, I did have a side to headwind for quite a period of time. Average power about 240 watts. My body weight, as you can see, 61. I'm actually 61.5 kilos today, or that's what I was before I went on the ride. So you know, so work out that power to weight ratio from there. So let's just put that into perspective. Let's just do a little calculation. Sorry, I'm getting messages through left, right and centre today for whatever reason. So 240 watts divided by 61.5 equals 3.9 watts per kilo. So I was riding at 3.9 watts per kilo. Now we'll pick back up in this film and I'll show you on Strava how this is looking and the route that I went. But as you've seen, all the data on the computer, and it was an outdoor ride. So let's get changed, sorted out, and we'll pick up in a minute. Okay, so there we go. That's the route on today's morning ride at 10:39. 20.97, but according to the Wahoo, as you can see here, I don't know why, but Strava seems to do that. Always seems to shorten the distance slightly. So where are we? So there we go. And my Wahoo's saying 240 watts and Strava's saying 242, but that's fine. And the Wahoo's saying 19.4 and Strava's saying 19.3, but is what it is. It was still an okay ride, so let's just have a wee look. Training peaks. So there we go. Normalized power 253, average power 240. So we were kind of within ballpark, but the original plan was to do this on Zwift. But because of some recent controversy of what I can actually do, I decided let's do it on the road and let's show. So I think, you know, given the scenario, 28 kilometers an hour westerly wind on the route. As you'll see, you'll be able to work it out from the map, from the film of the direction and distance where the roads are. You know, I don't need to go into that technical aspect. I don't need to justify myself, but as you will see, 19.4 miles an hour average. It is, what's the date today? 13th of March. We've been in lockdown for about a year almost. There's been no racing. 240 watt average, heart rate 163, 3.9 watts per kilo. You can see I'm not carrying really any unnecessary weight at all. I'm 5'9", 174 centimeters in height. I think everything ties in quite clearly and scientifically. So yeah, All right, just a bit of a film to show how, you know, obviously social media, etc., training, Zwift, you know, technology, data, you can have some issues, you can have variances. I seem to spend most of my time being very frustrated with technology because there's either things under-reading in power, over-reading in power, what's fact. So today, a bit sick of it all, so I thought, right, let's just do a ride on the road. Let's just see how this looks on the road. And it actually, in my opinion, all adds up. So that's us done. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Normal content and fun content will be resumed shortly. And we do have an announcement coming and a big project. So stay tuned for that. Excuse all of this, but I'm just back from a ride with sleet, snow, sun, bits of rain, wind. So great, crack on, enjoy the rest of your day, goodbye.